Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XI Online. In the last episode, we covered a lot of ground in the Windurst missions. We rescued Jito Marujito from the Dark Dungeon. He, read the Book of the Gods, got the information from that. We went to go see the Star Sibyl, but she got attacked by some mysterious creature. We learned a bit about kind of the history of Windursts, Fenrir, what happened 20 years ago. We also learned a bit more about the Guardians and how they work. And, covered a whole lot of ground. We went to go see the Star Sibyl at the Full Moon Fountain, but the Guardians showed up and basically have essentially taken her hostage at this point. So we need to figure out how to resolve this situation. So I've turned in my crystals to the gate guard. And we need to pick up the next mission, which is moon reading. Right. Do you know what's going on, Tuna? Jito Marujito has been pardoned for his crimes, and the guards have escaped any disciplinary action, despite our insubordination. Has something happened in Heaven's Tower? They've sent us another mission for you. According to the mission statement, the Yagudo have proposed a revision to the peace treaty. I'm well aware I shouldn't be poking my nose where it doesn't belong, but my Mithran instincts are making my tail twitch. Alright. So now the Yagudo are involved. Okay, well, we know that they know something about Hortoto and all of this. So, not entirely surprising. Well, we need to head over to Heaven's Tower once again. And head up to the Star Sibyl's chamber. So, I'll see you there. Alright, almost there. It's Semilafina. Tuna. You received the mission briefing? The situation has become volatile. Yagudo are screaming that Windurst has broken one of the clauses of the peace treaty. There's a passage in the treaty that states the central magic tower in West Saruda Baruda shall not be reactivated without the prior agreement of both parties. Apparently, it did not escape the beady eyes of the Yagudo when the Jito Marujito awoke the tower using the mana orbs. Now they're demanding we give them control of the Hortoto ruins to make amends for our break in faith. It's obvious those feathered devils want to establish a base right under Windurst's nose, but it'll be a cold day in Kazan before I ever let something like that happen. In any event, the rescue of the Star Sibyl comes first and foremost. Let us go and meet with the Jito Marujito. Is he in the, is it the Animus Theory? It's a Peruru. Semilafina. Pruduru, if you're here, then you must have... Yes, I heard from my dear brother of the fate that has befallen the Star Sibyl. The Monastery is responsible for all of this. I must apologize to you, Similafina, to the Star Sibyl, to everyone. Raise your head, Pruduru. This is not your fault. I was the one who took the Star Sibyl down to the Full Moon Fountain while unknown terrors stalked the shadows. I accept full responsibility. That terror is not unknown to us. The Bearer of Darkness is most likely the resurrected Karaha Baruha. What are you saying? The research left here was extremely thorough. A perfect theory that surpassed all other systems of magic to stand at the pinnacle of achievement. Karaha Baruha succeeded in his complete summoning and dominated the will of the great beast Fenrir. However, that spirit was too vast for any one person's body to contain, the energy too intense. Fenrir was dragged into the abyss of death along with Karaha Baruha. And now the deceased have returned. The Bearer of Darkness is an incarnation that contains the spirit of both Karaha Baruha and the great beast. A shared existence. And that is why Joker has taken control of Full Moon Fountain. But why hold the Star Sibyl captive? For revenge? If, as you say, part of the Bearer of Darkness is the great beast, it must blame the Star Sibyl for its death. Was its hate for the Star Sibyl what brought it to the Heaven's Tower? Of that, we can't be certain. When Joker's wish is fulfilled and the Bearer of Darkness returns to the Full Moon Fountain, there is no telling what will happen. However, to keep the Star Sibyl from harm, we must do as Joker requests. But how? There's no way we can force the Bearer of Darkness to return to the fountain. It comes and goes in the blink of an eye, and our attacks are completely ineffective against it. Leave that to me. There is one method of luring the part that is Fenrir back to the Full Moon Fountain. This method entails using the Song of the Ancient Kulu that is mentioned in the Book of the Gods. The Kulu had apparently forged a pact with the Avatars. The 3 verses of the song are kept in 3 separate ruins. We need you to travel to Romave, the Chamber of Oracles, and the Temple of Ugalepi to collect those verses. I don't know what form they take, but they should at least be recognizable as a legacy left for succeeding generations. Similifina, go to Chieftainess Parivashai and explain the situation. If something should happen to the Star Sibyl, the Tarutaru will completely lose their marbles, not to mention their will to fight. And you can bet the Yagudo will choose that exact moment to attack. Windurst will be annihilated before you can spit out deranged, drooling Dommels. The Mithra must be ready to take the front lines in such a battle. Your strength and prowess will be sorely needed, Similifina. I understand. I will confer with the Chieftainess Peri Vashai and prepare for a Yagudo attack. But do your utmost to make sure that such an attack doesn't happen, Minister Ajito Marujito. And lastly, Apuru, we were talking about the possibility of disabling the Cardians. Can it really be done? Yes, I believe it can. If the mana orbs within the Cardians are struck with a strong enough blast of the stars and the moon, their motive systems will be disrupted. This disruption will only last a short while, but during that time they will be completely woozy and unable to act. Translate that. Sliver of time in which to rescue the Star Sibyl. Where do we find such a source of power, and will you be capable of wielding it? Don't worry about me, dear brother. I learned a few things while you were lost to us. So, the Infinity Gauntlet. Taught a few black arts by a certain Tarutaru is more like it. No, nothing like that. Right, I must be going. Don't go hurting yourself, Apuru. Something just doesn't make sense. How could a genius like Karaha Baruha. How could a genius like you not realize the art of complete summoning would rob you of your life? But if you had foreseen that outcome, what if you had predicted this entire scenario? Alright, so. We need to head to Romave, the Chamber of Oracles, and the Temple of Ugalepi. Alright, now we just have to figure out how to get to those locations. Because I'm not 100% sure I have the survival guides or home points or any of that kind of stuff, so. Usually the answer to that question then becomes Unity Warp. So. I will figure out what it is I need to do. First off, we're going to head over to Fort Windurst, to the survival guide, and see if I have what I need there. And we're already almost to the home point. So, current region, Fort Windurst, home point number 2. Oh yeah, Romave. I should have the survival guide there. For a second there, I was blanking on what that even was. Yes. I know where that is. That's off of Sanctuary Zata. We've been there before. So that should be in Lead to Lore. Romave. And it should be literally right here. A haunting song suddenly echoes throughout the ruins. Alright, I got the ancient verse of Romave. Odd little cutscene there. Alright, so next is Chamber of Oracles. That is in the Quicksand Caves in the Altepa Desert. Now, the question is, do I have that home point? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to teleport me to Kuzat's Rabao. Because if I have to walk it, And that's where I'm going to want to be. Travel to home point. I do not have a Kuzat's home point. So, we did not get the home point. That is right next to the Chamber of Oracles. Let me just double check. Yep. Nope. Alright, well, we're gonna have to walk it. Alright. Now, we need to go to grid D12. D12. Which is the furthest entrance possible to get to. So it's going to be a long ride, even on a mount, to get down there. And if I remember correctly, we're going to have to go there a lot. Through... I don't know if you go there during Rise of the Zilart, but definitely go there during Chains of Promathia. So... that'll be good to get the home point that's down there. Alright, well... I will be back once I'm closer. Alright. I am down here finally. Alright. Now, we need to get to Chamber of Oracles. And, I don't know if you can see that blue blinking point there. That's where we need to go. These are the weight pressure pads. Ooh, do I have the key item that lets me get past the weight pressure pads? I don't remember if I do. Also, I don't know if I'm gonna need sneak here. I'm probably gonna need sneak here. Alright. Plenty of silent oils. It appears I do not have key item that I need to get past those doors. Lovely. All right, give me a sec. Okay, so it's a little while later. And in order to get the key item, you need to get, well, first off, you need a tremor stone, which in order to obtain the tremor stone, you need to get all the way to the cloister of Earth in Quicksand Caves, which I've gone ahead and already done. There's a question mark point next to the mother crystal in there, and that gives you the tremor stone. The other thing you need are either a... What do you need? Either a soil gem or 12 soil geodes. I bought some soil geodes off the auction house. So, we come over here to the teleport crystal in eastern Altepa Desert. Talk to lockpicks. And he's asking if we know about the trick door in Quicksand Caves. We say, doesn't everybody? Well, open door without the help of other adventurers, right? Because you can open that door, but you have to have a party of people to do it. An actual human players. You can't use trusts. Yes, we want to know how to do it. Yeah, but that's when he says he wants... Well, a tremor stone or a meteorite. The meteorite is very hard to get. It's a random drop from crawlers in a specific area of Saruta Baruta, and it's a very low percentage drop. So getting the soil geodes was easier. It was much more expensive, but it was easier for me. Alright, so I should be able to just go ahead and trade him the tremor stone and the 12 soil geodes. I had to buy a stack of 99. And he's doing his thing here. Alright, now I'm the proud owner of my very own lodestone. Alright, now I can get past that door. So now I have to ride all the way back there. So, I'll be back once I'm back. Alright, and we're back in Quicksand Caves, and I should be able to touch this door, and there we go. And then we can walk through the door. And then we have another one over here. And then we have to jump in this hole. Alright, and there is the home point that we want. Go ahead and touch that. A haunting song suddenly echoes throughout the ruins. Alright, I have the ancient verse of Altepa. Alright, and now we need to head to the temple of Ugalepi. Which, what we're going to do is actually back out of here. And we need to get somewhere where we're going to have access to a Unity Warper. So we'll head back to Windurst. Woods, home point 2. Now, in Ugalepi, we're going to need an Ugalepi key. Which... do I already have one? Just looking through all the random junk I have picked up. Oh, I do not see one. All right. Not a problem. All right, so we're going to Unity Warp to level 125 areas. Temple of Ugalepi. All right, now, first thing we want to start doing... oh, I did pick up a bunch more trusts. And... I want... oh, my standard set is what I want. Because every time you log into the game, you get login points. And every month... you can get different things with your login points. And this month, which is December, there are a whole bunch of trust ciphers that you can only get through login points that are available. So I picked up a bunch. Now, those Tomberry cutters drop the Ugalepi key that I need. So I'm hoping that on my way to where we're going, One of these will just nice and conveniently drop one. One did not. Now... where are we going once we're in here? Just double checking here. I'm gonna head to E8. Echo 8. Alright. We'll find a granite door. Which is what we need the Ugalepi key for. Is that a cutter? No, that's a stalker. This is a cutter. Alright. Valinerol is probably going to pull the entire room. Because that's just what he does. No drop. Fortunately, nothing in here seems to want to bother me at the moment. Ah, another cutter. Kindred seal. Well, that's not what I need. Yep. That's the door that we need to get past. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna have to spend some time and get myself this key. So I will be back once I have one. Alright, well, that was easy. It was the next cutter I killed. Drop the key. Of course it was. Okay. Alright, trade the key. Now, what am I looking for in here? That. Something lies under the rubble. A haunting song suddenly echoes throughout the ruins. All right. Now, We need to return to Heaven's Tower. All right. So, I'll get up to the top of Heaven's Tower. And I'll join you there. And we're at the top of the tower once more. Tuna. You made it back in time. Tuna is no ordinary adventurer, Simulafina. So it would seem. We've been waiting for you. Actually, we were slightly worried you wouldn't be able to gather all the verses before the show started. Well, you've been out hopping all over the place. We've had a message from the King of the Agudo announcing the imminent abolishment of the peace treaty. You realize what this means, don't you? Abolishing the peace treaty is akin to a declaration of war. We don't send a reply surrendering control of the Horde to the ruins within the period stated. We can consider ourselves at war with the Agudo. Very little time remains to us. And to Joker's lifespan as well, I should imagine. What do you mean by that? The doll only lives a certain amount of time corresponding to the amount of magic its creator poured into it during creation. I asked the children at the port about the date of Joker's resurrection. I did some calculations. And from what the results tell me, it would seem that Joker's clock will soon tick its last talk. Joker is probably also well aware of his predicament. Just a moment, Ajita Marjudo. What does the time remaining to Joker have to do with the deadline given to us by the Agudo? The Guardians and the Agudo have some kind of deal going on. You really should have noticed it by now. Think about the incident where the talisman was stolen from the Chamber of Light. That room can only be opened by myself, a Guardian, or a representative of Heaven's Tower. To top it off, this treaty business comes at the worst possible time for us. Either they know that the Star Sybil is missing, or that Windurst is particularly vulnerable right now. Are you saying that the Star Sybil has fallen into the Agudo's talons? No. Think about it. If that was the case, they wouldn't have given us a deadline. Agudo are simply waiting for Joker to expire. This is just speculation on my part, but I would say relations between the Agudo and the Guardians went decidedly downhill after Joker took up the Guardian crown. Wait, doesn't make any sense. How does this mean Joker is friend or foe, good or evil? It's entirely possible that he is neither friend nor foe. Appearing at night and fading with the day, just like the will of the great beast. Vegeta Marjudo, it's ready, at last. We didn't have time to test it, but I had the help of 3 professors. It should work perfectly. With 3 professors helping you, there's little chance of it not working. It's the chance they were a little over-enthusiastic that worries me. Well, we've done everything we can. There is little point to sitting around imagining what's going to happen. Only time will tell. The Full Moon Fountain. All right. We need to head over to Full Moon Fountain and get ready for a fight. Which I think I should be able to beat. I am level 77 at this point. So not that much higher than 75. It is possible to do this at 75 with trusts. So hopefully an extra couple of levels are going to help. Oh, went the wrong way. Alright, so I'm going to get myself over to Full Moon Fountain, or at least close to it. Decide what my trusts are going to be. And then we'll go do this fight. Okay, we're at the home point, just outside of Full Moon Fountain. Bring out my trusts. The line are all as usual. Coop-pee-pee. And we're going to bring out one of the new ones, Vana'diel here, who is a Ranger Trust. No idea who they actually are, but there we are. See if that works. Though it looks like it cleared my trust out just walking in here. Any second. There we go. Moon reading. Similafina says, Star Sybil. Oh, crap. Right, I forgot that this cutscene is screwed up. I have to make a change. Alright, give me a second. Okay, I had to crash the whole game out. And the issue, to be more clear, is not with the cutscene. The issue is with the mod that I'm using to give me 60 frames per second, causing the cutscene to break. And so I have to set the frame rate back to 30 frames per second in order to get through that cutscene. There's a few cutscenes in the game like that. I have no idea why that happens, but apparently it does. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, so we get to this point where we see the Star Sybil, and now we're good. Joker. We have brought together the verses that bind the great beast and the ancient people. With this song, the bearer of darkness will be drawn here from any distance. We have guaranteed your wish. Now return to us the Star Sybil. The ancient people. You speak of the Kulu. Very well, you may approach. Let us have Tuna play the song. You know, the rest is up to you. No matter what happens, you must protect the Star Sibyl. Tuna, our guiding star, you have braved much to reach this point. You have navigated a galaxy of stars to bring light to the land of hope. It was the wish of the Star Sibyl that began this epic tale, but it is you who must realize the truth. It was your will that led us to this moment. Your brilliant incandescence will show the way, call the stars and the moon to this place once more. And there it is. You have come. We who have been divided will become whole once more. This is summoning magic. Something is happening to them. Alright, we're in here, and we're going to have to fight them. Now, what I can do, real quick, is get my frame rate back to where it should be. There we go. And now I can summon my trusts. Oh, actually, no. This is not the trust that I want out. We're going to dismiss you. There's another one that I want. That I got. I completely forgot. Shantoto 2. This trust is nuts. All right. Let's get in here. We have 4 Ace Guardians that we need to deal with. Batons, swords, coins, and cups. Batons, I think, is what we're going to go after. We're going to knock out batons and coins. And then swords. And then cups. Cups is a white mage. I think the white mage will use benediction. I'm not sure, which will fully heal them all. And once it gets low. Swords is a paladin, which will probably almost certainly use invincible at some point. So we'll hold off on that. Baton's the black mage. That's going to cause lots of damage. Coins is a red mage. Will also probably cause a lot of damage. So let's get rid of the damage sources first. Alright, Batons is down. Coins next. Alright, coins is done. And whatever it was that Shantoto just did got me a light skill chain. Ah, crap. Yep, it has invincible up, which means only magic can do damage to it, which is why I wanted to cast her. Kupipi is basically out of MP. The Spirit Link with the Wyvern. Heal it back up because it's taking a lot of damage. Alright, swords is down. Cups is last. Did I just miss? I just missed. I'm gonna hold off on burning my meditate. Alright, there we go. Be still, my children. Peru is trying to disable them. Manticore and a wyvern. Like. Okay, let's hit the wyvern first. Actually, I'm gonna hold off. Now we have a Jito Marujito in this fight, but Kupipi needs some MP. So I need to let her regen for a little bit. So I will be back in a minute. Uh-oh. Jito Marujito has decided to run in. If he goes down, then we lose. So, oh, but Kupipi's at full MP anyway, so that's fine. Alright, well, the Manticore is down already, so that's no big deal. Come on. Attack the Wyvern. Did it erase my Hasa? I think it did. Alright, Wyvern's down. Juno, we've done it. He's been weakened enough. Damn it, the Cardians are waking up. You have nothing to fear. My divided self no longer has the power to control them. I leave the rest in your hands, Star Sybil. When we have all joined as one, I will have a new promise from you. A new wish. A wish made of the stars and the moon that illuminate the heavens. I understand, great beast. What is going on? The spirits of the Cardians, they're merging together. Star Sybil, Joker, he's the light. The star of hope will be born from that radiance. Stars of the moon, heed my wish. Bless this land with the protection of Fenrir. The people of Vana'diel, they are the force that will shape the future. Alright, well, it looks like Fenrir is back. Alright. Now that that's all done, we need to head back to Heaven's Tower again. One more time. Okay. Top of Heaven's Tower. I'm not sure we're going to need to come back here again at some point. But for now, this is the final time we're going to have to come up here for the Windurst missions, at least. The Judo Marujido. Tuna. The Star Sibyl is resting. The ceremony of Full Moon Fountain has drained her. It will probably be some time until she recovers. Along with Joker, all the Guardians that were in that place have returned to nothing more than ordinary puppets. The power of the stars of the moon that was stored in their mana orbs, the small amount of that same energy left in the fountain, and the magic of the Star Sibyl's Diza star, all of it was consumed to revive the great beast Fenrir. That is the moon reading, the power to grant wishes. It may take some time until Fenrir is back to his legendary strength, however. Windurst has regained the protection of the stars of the moon. Our fair land will once again be visited by serene, twinkling evenings and peaceful dreams. Ajido Marujido. Tuna. Dimlefina, you're back. I bet those Yagudo were screeching for blood. Yes, that's why I went to slap them across their collective beaks with their revisions. Now the great beast is back, they won't be trying to get their filthy talons on the Horatoto ruins. They're a careful bunch, that's for sure. Now that the Ace Guardians are gone, we can assume they'll hold back on abolishing their peace treaty as well. But you know they won't give up on the ruins that easily. That is true, but we no longer have any reason to cower from them. The Star Sibyl has been freed, isn't that right, Ajido Marujido? He has found us a new guiding star. It's strange, but I feel like I've been freed as well, freed from the spell Karaha Baruha had over me. It was almost as if I was having my strings pulled by the research left by that great genius. My theory is that he had predicted a talented mage like myself would come to prominence after his death. You flatter yourself, dear brother. Karaha Baruha was more likely aware that a naive, short-tempered wizard like you would come along eventually. What's with you, Pururu? You've got a smart mouth on you today. Things never would have gotten this bad if you wishy-washy slowpokes of the monastery had done something about the rogue Guardians earlier. Keep talking to me like that and you'll never get your Oristeri ring back. Ah, finally. Without that ring, I can get into the minister's chambers. I can't get into the minister's chambers. Not being able to get into my own room is going to do wonders for my reputation as a formidable spell slinger. You know, what was it that Joker said to you? It was your will that led us to this moment? It was your resolution that brought a new beginning for a Windurst that had lost its future. Where will your determination take you next, I wonder? Your actions could affect all of us here in Windurst and those across the breadth of Vana'diel. What do you want to accomplish? There's no need to answer that. The time will come when your determination will bring you the answers you need. If you need any more work, come on over to the Oristeri. We have the budget to employ 1 or 2 people for experimental purposes. There are a few spells I learned from the Book of Gods I've been dying to try. I guarantee it'll be a fascinating experience. And you can lend us a hand to bring in all those rogue Guardians still wandering around the Horatoto ruins. See you soon, adventurer. It's time I should be going as well. Don't forget to visit the Star Sibyl before you leave. Before taking her rest, she mentioned she wanted to talk with you. Well, Tuna, until the day we once again fight side by side, may the fire in your eyes never fade. Alright, so then we need to activate the door one more time. Tuna, I'm glad to see you well. We have not spoken since the events of the fountain. I have been concerned for you. The words of the Great Peace found their way to your heart as well, I am sure. Fenrir has promised a new beginning for Windurst. But it is only a beginning. With the loss of the Diza star's power, I can no longer perform the moon or star readings. I can no longer foresee what fate awaits our dear Windurst. The star that was there to guide me is no more. Do not worry for me, Tuna. I will strive onwards. Thanks to you, I have found the path that I must take. I'm governed by the citizens of Windurst. My role lies in finding the way that provides for their happiness. Tuna, you too are a citizen of Windurst and one of the brightest stars that lights my way. Let's walk that path together, away from all that is ended and toward everything that has begun. We will lead Windurst onwards to a new future. And that should be it. As soon as it decides it wants to load. All right, and there we are, rank 10. So the Windurst Nation missions are now complete. And now we'll be moving on to the Rise of the Zillart story missions, which will see us go back to Norg and talk to Lion's father Gilgamesh, where we're going to have to deal with Archduke Camlino and his brother Eldnarsh. So, We will get to that next episode. But for now, we will stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.